With SummerSlam being here, we are at the biggest party of the summer, and you're all invited. SummerSlam is WWE's second biggest show of the entire year, one of the most important parts of the year. And what better thing to do around this time of the year than to rank every single SummerSlam poster in a tier list? The categories are, it's a party, hot dogs and hamburgers, because at every single barbecue, no matter what, if you know how to cook or not, typically everybody can make a hot dog or a hamburger, and overall, they're usually pretty good. Then we got meh. Then we have sucks beach balls. And last but not least, my favorite one, jail.
You right to jail.
And here we go with the very first SummerSlam. In 1988, you got the Mega Powers versus the Mega Bucks. The poster itself, it's very basic, but it's very poppy. It's got the Mets colors, blue and orange. I mean, it's nothing crazy. It's your basic, like, clip art. Like, I could do this in Pixlr within 10 minutes. It's the first one, but it's all right. And then we go to SummerSlam 1989, and this one I actually like much better. I don't know if this was the official poster back in the day, but this is the one that WWE showed me, so I'm taking it from their website. So this one, it's like a 16-bit type of poster. It's got Hulk Hogan. I think that's Brutus the Barber Beefcake. I can't really see on this thing. Macho Man, and I think that's Zeus or Debo back in the day. If you guys know who Debo is, you're a legend. But this one is actually really cool. I like this one a lot, actually. I think this one stands out pretty well. It's got like that cartoony look to it in a very nice way. It looks video game-like. I actually like this one a lot. It's going in, it's a party. And then we have SummerSlam of 1990, and this one is kind of how I feel about the very first one. In the late 80s and the early 90s, they loved just taking the wrestlers, putting them in boxes, and then slapping them on a poster, and then just whatever font they wanted to put on it. So it has that same vibes as SummerSlam 1988. It's kind of the same thing. It's nothing super creative. They're just a sun set in the background, and then they're just in boxes. It's not great, but it's not good either. It's pretty basic. And then we go to SummerSlam 1991, and somehow we're progressively getting worse as we go. This is even worse than the other ones. They're not even in full boxes. The boxes they're in is a different contrast of blue behind them, so it just looks weird. I don't like this at all. I think it actually sucks very much. It's gonna go in sucks and beach balls because this poster does suck balls. All right, we're getting somewhere now. Now we're into SummerSlam 1992, I believe, if my math is correct, and I'm probably going to fuck this up as we go. This one is actually a lot better. I get when they do, like, SummerSlams, and it's very light colors, or, like, you know, sunset colors, or, like, certain types of blue for, like, beach vibes. I get all that, but something about a nice black background with just popping SummerSlam logo and this, just your two wrestlers right in the middle, just speaks and sings well to me. And I just like this a lot. I like this look a lot because it's not over the top. It doesn't really hurt with what you're looking at, and it stands out properly. This one is hot dogs and hamburgers. And now we're into SummerSlam 1993. And imagine a poster like this today. Imagine taking one of your fat wrestlers and calling them fat right on the poster. This would be an absolute uproar now in today's day and age with everything. But back in the day, it was okay to say things like this. So it's actually pretty hilarious. Yokozuna is on the cover of this one, and he's doing his, I forgot what it was called, but like he's sitting his big fat ass on the American flag, which is kind of wild to see. Very anti-America, but Yokozuna was one of the top heels at the time, and calling it SummerSlam, I know it's not labeled Fat Chance, but that's pretty funny. This one's not bad. I mean, other than fat shaming Yokozuna, but I actually kind of like it. It's going in hamburgers and hot dogs. And then we go to SummerSlam 1994 with The Undertaker on the cover of it with the broken glass, with his reflection in the broken glass. I think that's pretty cool. It's a little cartoony, which I kind of like, though. I like the vibes of this. I like the colors very much. It's not over the top, but I don't really like the tagline of so hot it's scary. It's almost like a weird porno, and you expect like some other Undertaker to come out and it just be weird. As a poster, I like this one a lot, actually. This one is going to go in and it's a party. And then we go to SummerSlam 1995, and this poster, it's just Diesel's face smacked on it with two separate colors separating the two sides of his face. This poster sucks. And in the making of this, I just got report that Kevin Nash tore his quad while making this video. This poster sucks, somehow worse than the rest. It's going right to jail. And then we go to SummerSlam 1996, where all it is, they took the SummerSlam logo and they just put the two main eventers of Shawn Michaels and Vader on the front cover with opposites attack instead of opposites attract. Very, very smart, because there could not be a bigger polar opposite between Shawn Michaels, the human sex toy, versus big, giant, large Van Vader. Makes a lot of sense. Not a bad poster. Respectfully, it's going in meh, but it's like, meh. It's not bad. This one's pretty cool. Now we go to SummerSlam 1997. We got Bret Hart right on the front cover, and in the back is all this dark and purple smoke, and it forms into The Undertaker. And that is pretty damn cool. I like the way they did it. I like the illustration they did. SummerSlam 1997, Bret Hart versus The Undertaker, which I believe Shawn Michaels was the special guest referee, which I think that's the vibes that they're going for with CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. I think it's kind of like in that realm that they might go for. I like this poster a lot. I think this poster is pretty damn cool. It's a party. And shout out to The Undertaker for having 2 of the best posters so far. And then we go to SummerSlam 1998 with one of my favorite entrances of all time. Watch Stone Cold Steve Austin's entrance at SummerSlam 1998. It's one of my favorites. It's just, that is the definition of the type of wrestler that I enjoy. It's just intense. It's fast. It's not like over the top cinematic. It's just, I'm here to whoop ass. I'm here to fuck you up. And that's exactly what that was. But as a poster, this might be my favorite poster we've seen so far. Oh, it's definitely my favorite we've seen so far, but this might be one of my favorite posters ever. I love this poster, and immediately what I thought of the very first time I saw it is there is an old school video game back in the day on PlayStation 1 called Rampage. It's a video game where you're a monster and you're just destroying cities, and I don't know why that's exactly what I think of. Some people probably be like, oh, this reminds you like Godzilla or whatever, but I don't know why I thought of Rampage. This poster is awesome. It's Stone Cold The Undertaker using the Empire State Building and the Statue of Liberty as weapons, and they're fighting for it. And I think it's awesome. It's cool. It's animated. It's cartoony. This poster is awesome. I think this is my favorite one. And shout out to The Undertaker for having 3 of the best posters so far. And then we go to SummerSlam 1999, and this is how you take a wrestler's face and you make it actually into an awesome poster. You got Stone Cold Steve Austin. His face is fading into the red, and in front of it is a skull, which is also part of Stone Cold's logos, so he has skulls in it. It makes a lot of sense. It's just understood. It's not just Diesel's face with 2 separate colors just splitting him in half. It's stupid. This one is good. I like this one a lot. It's going in hamburgers and hot dogs. And yeah, right there. Perfect. And then we go to SummerSlam 2000. One of my favorite matches ever is the triple threat match between Triple H, Kurt Angle, and The Rock. And it's one of my favorite matches because growing up, I remember watching all the wrestling documentaries about The Rock and stuff like that. And I remember that match and them talking about it. And it's impressive knowing now what they had to do in that match with Kurt Angle basically getting knocked out and just how they handled that match. It's pretty awesome. But as a poster, and I might be biased here, but hear me out first. I usually don't like when there's just a lot of wrestlers and they're spammed onto the poster itself. I always think that looks whack. I think it looks stupid. But usually I don't like it because they just slap them on a poster and then that's it. There's no design. There's no nothing. At least with this one, you got The Rock and then you got a broken glass, which they've already done, but they got a broken glass with wrestlers in it. And if you look at the 4 wrestlers that are in it, it's The Rock, Triple H, Undertaker, and Kane. What a lineup for a poster itself. I like this poster a lot. Not my favorite one. I think this one is hamburgers and hot dogs at the very best degree. And then we go to SummerSlam 2001, where The Rock returned after being suspended after WrestleMania 17, which really he just went to go film Scorpion King, and then he came back. And The Rock came back. This was his first pay-per-view back. This is where he had a new look. He had a new style of talking. He had his hair brushed down instead of back. Some people liked it. Some people didn't. Growing up, that was my favorite version of The Rock. I love this poster a lot. It's just The Rock by himself, standing tall, hand raised, and in the back saying finally, because that was The Rock's return pay-per-view. I like this pay-per-view poster a lot. Going in, yeah, we're going in. It's a party. And then we go to SummerSlam 2002, which is widely considered by a lot of people one of the greatest WWE pay-per-views ever. From top to bottom, this pay-per-view is awesome. It's a great pay-per-view. As a poster, you got The Rock's face just smack bang right in the middle, kind of faded into a sunset, but this isn't my favorite one. I don't really like this one, actually. I actually kind of think this one sucks beach balls. Honestly, I do. I don't really like it. And then we go to SummerSlam 2003, and I was really confused because looking on the WWE website, they have up to 2019 the SummerSlam posters, but for some reason they didn't have the 2003 one, and I couldn't understand. It just thundered outside. And I couldn't understand why they didn't have SummerSlam 2003. When I Googled it, I figured out why. It's because Sable's basically naked being covered by the SummerSlam S, which I get it. But as a poster, taking sexuality out of it, I do like the poster. It's creative and it's smart. And they use the SummerSlam to block off her no-no parts. I like this one. I'm sure that has something to do with it, but we're going to put it in hamburgers and hot dogs. Fuck it. Shout out to Sable. And then we go to SummerSlam 2004, and I'm going to assume that this poster is playing off of the Olympics from 2004 because on the poster it's Let the Games Begin, and then it's all powerlifting, balance beam, table tennis, high jump, fencing, parallel bars. I think that's a pretty clever thing to do. The Olympics and wrestling don't really go together, so like it didn't really matter other than Kurt Angle himself. It's okay. I mean, it's clever. I give him that. I do give him that. And then we go to SummerSlam 2005, and this one is basically just a match card. It's just Hulk Hogan versus Shawn Michaels, the first time ever. If you've never seen this match, please go and watch it. It is one of the wackiest matches ever. According to reports, there were supposed to be 3 matches between the 2 of them. They were supposed to each win one, and then I think cap it off at WrestleMania where Hulk Hogan won. But Hulk Hogan didn't want to lose at all. So they ended up doing just one match, and Shawn basically said, all right, you don't want to do this shit? I'm just going to screw off this match. And Shawn oversells everything. It is insane. If you've never seen it, please go watch it. As a poster, it's just a match card, and I'm going to put it right next to the one with Vader. It's all right. But go check out that match. It is crazy. And then we go to SummerSlam 2006, and I absolutely hate this one. This one sucks ass. This one sucks balls. It doesn't even suck beach balls. It just sucks balls. Because it's just goofy. Like, I know this was a different time. This is when DX was back, so like it was a much sillier show. Imagine Stone Cold Steve Austin in swim trunks, like jumping in, like it just, that's stupid. I don't like when they're childish like that. I hate it. Going in jail. I actually hate that more than the Diesel one. But then they redeemed themselves. SummerSlam 2007, they at least went back to like angry Triple H, not goofy Triple H grilling fucking hot dogs. Like, seriously. This one is a lot better. It's not the greatest, but like, I'll take this any day over the week versus the one before that. That one sucks. So this one's going to just go in meh. And then we go to SummerSlam 2008, and I believe this is Maria or Marie. She's just on a jet ski. It's not, I don't know. I mean, like, it's just, sure. I don't really know what to say for this one. It doesn't really have anything to do with WWE itself. It's just Marie on a skateboard. On a skateboard! On a jet ski. And, I mean, it's okay. Sure. I don't know. I think they just wanted an excuse to put Maria in, like, whatever. Anyway, then we go to SummerSlam 2009. You might be shocked for this answer right now. I actually really like this one. Shockingly. Because I hate when it's just wrestlers spammed on a poster. But this one reminds me of like when you make carnival posters and like you have like some big attraction, you have some weird guy like the lady with a beard type thing, like it's one of those like carnival attraction type posters. I like what they did with this one. I don't know why this one specifically I like, but this one, I'm going to put this in hamburgers and hot dogs. I like this one a lot. I don't know why. Can't really explain it to you why. But I just think this one is different versus the next very much that we're going to get. SummerSlam has actually had a pretty good run so far, and it's about to go downhill. Now we go to SummerSlam 2010. There is a design for the poster itself, but it's just like they look like stickers, just like stuck on like random parts of the poster, and then they just said, figure it out. I don't like that, like at all. Sucks beach balls. And again, SummerSlam 2011, just more spamming of the poster, putting people in random spots. You got Kofi Kingston looking like Spider-Man in the corner. I don't like these types. I just don't. Going in sucks beach balls. But then we go to SummerSlam 2012, and it's just Brock Lesnar, the return of Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. I like this one. It shows intensity. It shows emotion. It's not just Diesel like, yeah, SummerSlam. Trying to mog me or anything like that. Like, intensity, Brock Lesnar's angry, he's going to wreck shit. This one's going to go in hamburgers and hot dogs. And then we go to this one, and I get that SummerSlam 2013 is one of the best SummerSlams ever with great matches. You got CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar. You got John Cena versus Daniel Bryan. I get it. They're on a fucking roller coaster, and Kane is on it, and I don't like that at all. Kane was one of my favorite wrestlers as a child. And to see them massacre my boy as I got older is something that infuriates me so goddamn much. I hate it. On top of it, they just threw wrestlers on a poster and they're riding on a roller coaster, which would be fine. Why is Kane there and why is he smiling? I don't give a shit what the storyline is. You don't do that with Kane. And I fucking pisses me off to no end what happened to Kane. Kane deserved so much better. I get he's a Hall of Famer. I get he did amazing things back in the day. Post 2004 Kane, I hate it from top to bottom. Oh man, I just don't like it. That infuriates me so much. If I could put this in the penitentiary, I would. Like, this just infuriates me so much. I know it's like, dude, it's just a poster. Why is Kane there? It's stupid. And I just... Ugh. All right, we're back. Then we go to SummerSlam 2014. And this one, it's just John Cena, and it's Brock Lesnar on the poster. It's the main event. This is where Super Cena died, where Brock Lesnar absolutely murdered John Cena, which was awesome. This poster's okay. But sometimes Brock Lesnar makes these faces where he's supposed to be like screaming, and it looks like he's shitting his pants. And I don't like the way he looks in this one. Even the other one, like, I don't like it that much. I know he's trying to be intense. I know he's trying to be scary. I've met Brock Lesnar. He is legitimately one of the largest humans I've ever met in my life. I met him while I was working. That's a story for another day. He's terrifying. When he makes faces like this, it's pretty funny. It just looks weird. It looks like he's mid shit and they just caught it. They just took a quick picture. It's funny. I don't like this one that much. I'm going to put it in It Sucks Beach Balls just because it looks like Brock Lesnar's taking a shit, and that's just what it is. Then we go to SummerSlam 2015, and again, Brock Lesnar's on the poster with The Undertaker with, what? I don't know what bridge that is. I can't really tell. I'm stupid, and I'm sure someone's going to be like, well, actually, it's the bridge of the whatever. It's whatever. It's nothing. It doesn't suck. It's fine. It's whatever. It's just basic as fuck. Two of your top stars just on a poster with a bridge in the background, and someone's going to be like, it's that bridge, or whatever. Congratulations. I'm proud that you know it. Anyway, then we go to SummerSlam 2016. It's just a bunch of wrestlers on a poster with the SummerSlam logo with a little city under it. Sucks beach balls because boring. I'm going to put it in the major sucks beach balls category. And it's somehow progressively getting worse. We are now in SummerSlam 2017 with even more wrestlers spammed on a poster. Just got graffiti everywhere of all the wrestlers' names, which is actually kind of cool. But it's just a bunch of people just on a poster. Sucks beach balls again. And then we go to SummerSlam 2018 and you got more wrestlers on a poster. Sucks more beach balls. I'm starting to get a little frustrated here. I'm going to put it in jail.
You right to jail.
I fucking hate when they do that. Like, no creativity from like 2015 to like 2020. A lot of these posters stink from that time. I don't like many of them. Then we go to SummerSlam 2019. I will say for this one, at least they tried to make a design where they are at least separated and stand out differently. You got 5 wrestlers lined up with different colors separating them. At least there's some type of creative thinking there, and I get it. So for this one, for effort alone, I actually like this one. You're going to go in hamburgers and hot dogs because you deserve it. Whoever designed this one deserves a high five and a dollar bill. Just one singular dollar for putting in some type of effort. So thank you to whoever created that one. Finally, SummerSlam 2020, an actual decent poster where they tried to do something cool with The Fiend. The Fiend was one of my favorites. Shout out to Bray Wyatt. R.I.P. Bray Wyatt. I love Bray Wyatt, and I love everything they're doing with Wyatt 6. But at the time, The Fiend was like something interesting that actually made me want to watch WWE at the time because I really wasn't watching even a couple years ago. The Fiend was awesome, and I think this is such a cool poster. It's one of his signature moves where he would, do the thing with the ropes and like bend over and crawl and do all that weird shit. I loved every second of it, and I love this poster a lot. I actually really like this poster. It's going in. It's a party. Shout out to The Fiend. Shout out Bray Wyatt. We love and miss you, Bray. And then we go to SummerSlam 2021, where John Cena made a historic return at Money in the Bank to challenge Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, which was awesome. This poster, I actually kind of like. It's colorful. It's bright. It's 2 of the best ever with Roman Reigns and John Cena on the poster itself. Yes, it's just like a match card poster, and I've been shitting on a lot of them. A lot of them are in meh, but there's some pizzazz to this one. It stands out, it pops, and you notice it, and you're like, that's eye-catching. I actually like this one a lot. This one is going to go in hamburgers and hot dogs off effort alone. It's Roman Reigns, it's John Cena. Roman Reigns' glove is glowing. John Cena's wristbands are glowing. Very eye-catching, very eye-popping. Very, very cool. Hamburgers and hot dogs to the highest degree. Unlimited hamburgers and hot dogs. As many as you want to eat, you little fatty. And then we go to SummerSlam 2022. And there was a couple of posters for this one I could have put. I didn't make this list. I only added a couple. This one was on there. This one I don't really like, honestly. Like, it's just a bunch of wrestlers spammed on the thing with a guitar. Brock Lesnar's doing an F5. This one's like, it's okay. I don't hate it as much as I usually do with the people on it. But I didn't add it, and I should have. And I'm just going to, like, virtually add it in this. There is another poster similar to the John Cena versus Roman Reigns one for Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. If you've seen all of Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns' matches, I think personally this is the best one. This is my favorite one. This match is awesome. It's hard-hitting, it's crazy, it's wacky, but they did another poster very similar to the John Cena one. I like that one a lot. If it were on here and I actually put it and actually put effort in and actually tried hard like I should have, this one would also probably go in hamburgers and hot dogs, like to the highest degree. But I'm going to put it in It's a Party. I like it just a little bit better. I'm going to put it in the It's a Party because I love that match so much. And then we go to last year's SummerSlam. SummerSlam 2023 in Detroit. I actually like this poster a lot. It's the main event of Roman Reigns and Jey Uso with their tribal combat match. They're side by side. I've said this before when I was ranking the WrestleMania posters, which if you want to check that out, go ahead. If you're going to put wrestlers on a poster, this is how you do it. You have your main event on the very top. It doesn't take away from what you're looking at, so you know exactly what your main event is. And if you look below, because it's in Detroit, it's got the Ford cars, and it's got a couple wrestlers scattered throughout like a parking lot or like a race, whatever you want to call it, a raceway, whatever. I can't really see it. It's a little small. But if you're going to do it, that's exactly how I'd want to do it. You don't have it where it's overbearing, where you're just looking at a spam of whatever. This one is very good. I like this one a lot. The show itself wasn't great, but this is going to go in hamburgers and hot dogs. I like this one, giving it the respect it deserves. Ooh. And then we got SummerSlam 2024, which is happening in 3 hours for me right now. I had a bunch of shit to do, and I couldn't film this video during the week. So when this video does come out late, I'm very sorry. But SummerSlam 2024 poster is awesome. Whoever's making the posters for this calendar year is absolutely cooking. They are going stupid with the freaking posters. This is one of the coolest posters I've ever seen. And it's the only time they've made the Bloodline 2.0 actually have any type of aura, because the Weekend Solo Sikoa is just not doing it for me. Jacob Fatu is the only thing that I actually enjoy from the current Bloodline. This is the only thing that has made the Bloodline look cool. And I cannot wait for Roman Reigns to return. But this poster is freaking awesome. This is... I don't want to say it's my favorite, but this is very, very good. This is one of the best posters they've ever made. And whoever is making the posters for this year is absolutely crushing it. They are doing so good with these posters. And hopefully they just keep going and they just keep crushing it with posters, because they're awesome. That's it. Fuck it. We're done.